If you, as well as most of people, like to take photos on your smartphone and you have bunch of selfies, don't hurry to delete them. Quite recently an Indonesian sold a selfie for $1 million on the NFT exchange. Today we will figure out what the secret of NFT is, how to turn your ordinary photo into a cool asset, what will bring you a lot of money, and why everyone can master NFT today. And if you watch this video to the end, you will post your first photo as NFT token in just 5 minutes and quite possibly earn. Therefore, look very carefully, like, subscribe, and we are starting. To start with, let's figure out what these 3 notorious letters mean. NFT, or non-fungible tokens, is a non-interchangeable blockchain token, a form of cryptocurrency that features a unique representation of content, namely art, photography, drawings, videos, GIFs, tickets, memes, in general anything in digital form. Each of the NFT is unique and exists in a single copy. It can be transferred to someone, but the information about the original author will be recorded and stored in the blockchain. In other words, a digital certificate is attached to a unique object, and even after a few resales, the author will be the same original source, the person who put it up for sale. Here it is easy to understand that the entire NFT market is more about collectors, auctions, and stuff like that. And when original paintings in real life are sold for a lot of money, NFT is already setting records for the amounts that creators earn. But high-profile cases are a little later. For now, let's figure out how to put your product up for sale. And if you are rush off to sell your photos right now, you are doing the right thing, but it's better to edit them first. And you can do this as simply as possible without any extra efforts using the PhotoWorks, a simple photo editor that will allow you to make an art object out of an ordinary unremarkable photo. Here you can also make color correction, retouch the face, or add some noise, play with curves, pick up a ready-made style, and filter from an already large collection. Remove the background on the photo if necessary, and if desired, replace it at all. A huge variety of things can be done there. Follow the link in the description, download the trial version, and if you like it at all, at the same link you will get a whole 60% discount for the purchase of the full version of the PhotoWorks. Well, just download, explore, and I will continue to tell about NFT. The NFT market grows and develops at an extraordinary rate. There are already a lot of different exchanges. Here are the 5 most famous: OpenSea, Rarible, Super Rare, Nifty Gateway, Foundation. In general, there are a huge number of platforms and everyone chooses to their taste, but here it is worth to consider their possibilities. For example, take Rarible. Here you can create tokens and sell them basing on Ethereum, Flow, and Tezos. To start, click Sign In, select the wallet with you want to log in. I choose the very first one, Taurus, because for clarity you can log in via Google. Then click Create and select that type. Single if you want to sell your item to one person, multiple if you want to sell to a wide audience. Next, you will have to fill in all the information about your item, but everything is quite simple here. Upload a file, preview, desired price, or open an auction, name, description, etc. After that, in an instant your product will appear on the counter. Then everything goes up to you and fortune. Of course, if no one knows about you, it will be hard to sell something at a reasonable price if your item has no value itself. However, let's have a look at extremely interesting cases of NFT sale. Who got how much and what for? If you are a photographer, it is definitely worth to pay attention to this field, because if you create beautiful, interesting photos, you have only a few options: to upload photos to Instagram and get likes, or to sell photo shoots. In return, you'll get some monetization, or upload to both paid and free stocks. All this is cool, but it is far from what an NFT exchange can bring to you. And I'm not undervaluing all of the above now, but the social significance and relevance of your art is not only built on the basis of likes and comments, but also how much real people are willing to pay for your art. For example, the digital artist Beeple, quite a creative digital artist with very impressive works. He has likes, subscribers, but when we find out that he sold the collage of 5,000 days for $69 million, his value increases rapidly after all. Two artists, Pavel and Sonia, recreated their art object called New World, a map of the world from pieces of cloth. On the above mentioned wearable was sold for $15,200. One of the most sensational is the creator of Twitter, who sold his first tweet in the NFT format for $2.9 million. Edward Snowden sold a collage of court-ordered pages called Stay Free for $5.5 million. And there are a huge number of such examples. It is worth paying attention to the approach and concept of your NFT in order to attract potential collectors. And now I will prove it to you. A guy from Indonesia built a collection of selfies for 5 years to make a video as a memento. However, when he started this project, he was unaware of non-interchangeable tokens' existence, or they didn't exist at all. 5 years later, for the sake of experiment, he decided to upload a pack of more than 900 selfies to the stock exchange. On the first day, he sold about 3 images. The price for each was about $3. And afterwards, this young man found popularity among fans of the NFT. Of course, his selfies began to be resold, and his entire collection is already estimated at more than $1 million. Ordinary photos taken with the phone's front camera. At least it sounds good. And now, when we have an idea of what is happening, a logical question arises. Where is the success? What should I publish as a token to find a lot of money? There are a lot of options, but if you are a photographer, the easiest one is to turn your profile on the same variable into a kind of Instagram with your best photos, both visually and narrative. There are a huge number of different photographers who successfully sell their work on stock exchanges. Wall collections of tokens are created in the form of ordinary photos of celebrities, for example. Here is one of the options, and then it only left to be creative and perform. Do we all remember how a regular egg photo from Instagram broke the record for the number of likes? And what would happen if a similar experiment were done in the NFT format? How much Ethereum would such an egg cost? Especially now, when this story has a specific background. Just imagine how likely the well-known Serenity from Windows XP wallpaper could be gone to the highest bidder. And it is just nostalgic emotions and history. But anyway, every person has a story. It is nothing left but to capture it. For example, let's take the sensational back in the day meteorite over Russia. Not the most common, but a phenomenon that was recorded on the phone camera. Turn the video into a GIF and voila, something interesting. Yeah, even the loudest cases somehow carry a certain story. People in 5,000 days reunited a huge number of his own author's works. You can read the author's work in different ways, but this is history. Snowden brought in the story about his sensational case and dropped it in an interesting visual solution. The guy has been taking selfies for 5 years, and no matter how banal the idea is, this is also a story. There is no specific plot in ordinary selfies, but then the background of creation comes into the picture. How much time has gone, what context these selfies were taken in, and the very fact of their number. You can take a picture of a collection of monuments, take a picture of your old family album, post it as a collection. Maybe you have have a huge collection of phones. In fact, any routine thing can be wrapped around an NFT and try to be sold. But will it be bought? Time will show. And one more point here is worth to be understood. By buying NFT, you are not buying exclusive copyrights to the object of sale. It's not like fetch a bread and it is yours. You cannot restrict the author of the token from publishing it or ban it in general. You are simply enlarging your collection of modern digital art. And as I have already said, the NFT is not so much about beauty and visual component as about the value of society. And if you own even an ordinary mobile phone with not the best camera, you can find monetization for your photos. The main thing is to figure out how to present it and what for to sell. Do you see the future of the NFT? How you try to sell anything on the stock exchanges? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'm not saying goodbye to you in the meantime. See you in new, interesting videos.